Hi everybody, welcome back. If the video is bouncy, I'm sorry. It's on that holder that likes to move. And it seems like every time I breathe in that direction, it moves. The setups that worked for diamond painting don't work the same for drawing. I do not understand why, but it's how it is. And I'm dealing with new equipment that I'm learning to use better. So, there are several videos that, I need to do. One is going to be really difficult, and that's the one I've tried multiple times today to film. And I just can't get it to do what I want it to do. So, what I'm going to do instead is show you, look, the drawing it's grown. The tiger actually has one of its ears and part of another one. So, yeah. Hope everybody's doing okay. It's, this is a rough time out there right now. It is. The world is really scary at the moment. And there's something on my... I'm so glad that'll be covered up. Anyway. Yeah. It's crazy right now. Out in the world. In everybody's lives. It's just nuts. So I hope that you are all safe and that your loved ones are all safe as well. This is going to be a super, super, super short drawing video. All I'm doing right now is darkening up the black areas on my tigress because it's something with this hot press watercolor paper. It's like the colors, you walk away from it and you come back and the colors have faded. I don't understand it. But it's okay. Some of these areas are so solid, you don't even need directionality of strokes for it. You could literally do circles, and it would be fine. Because it's so well covered. And that's what you do in those cases, just little circles. But in this case, I want a lot of those hair strokes to be more defined. That's just me. I'm weird, and that's the way my tiger wants to look. You can do your tiger any way you want. Anyway. So, just to kind of touch base with you guys, I told you I would be doing some drawings. I don't know what I'm going to call them. Because, yeah, they're still whip and chats, but, it's a little different. I'm not stitching, I'm not diamond painting. This is a little different, and in the art community, you just don't have that kind of thing. It's very different. And I definitely want to draw more of the artist community into my channel because, I have a lot of different art forms to offer people, and I know that diamond painting is generally considered crafting, but a lot of my diamond painting is my original photographs, and so, yeah. It's far more artistic than a lot of people might realize. So, hand cramp. We are in the midst of monsoon season, so the cloud cover is coming in and out. It's over 110 degrees today, which is yuck, and it's humid, even more yuck. Yeah. It's that kind of weather that you just go, oh, can I please just go back to bed? I don't want to do this. The answer for me is no. I could, but, I do have puppies to take care of. And so that means no, I can't. This is an awesome color. Okay, so you saw this one, in which the outer casing actually is true to color. Let me turn that right side up. It is black, you see. This one, this looks blue, that looks black. It's because it is a blue-black. It's called Midnight Black. This is a Derwent Lightfast, which for some reason wears off where my hand is. It might just be me. I don't know. I love this line of pencils. They are awesome. They are creamy like a wax pencil, but they are Derwent's first oil-based pencil. Now, when we talk about, for people who are not, really familiar, When we talk about oil-based and wax-based pencils, please understand that all colored pencils are a combination of wax and oil for their base, for what holds the pigment. Oil-based pencils have more oil than wax. Wax-based pencils have more wax than oil. Somehow, Derwent, who is amazing with their colors, I have more than one line of their pencils. I absolutely love them. Figured out this formula for these ultra creamy oil-based pencils. So it's the feel of it going onto the paper feels like you're applying a wax pencil, a Prismacolor, really. Super creamy, really nice to put on, but it has the firm qualities that oil pencils have, so it holds a point nicely. It doesn't break easily. I have yet to have broken one. Please, Lord, knock on wood. Okay. Just in case, you know, because I do hold them at some strange angles, because I hold it back, so I'm not applying a ton of pressure and burnishing my paper. And when you burnish paper, it means you've collapsed the tooth of the paper, and the tooth is the hills and valleys of the paper, and that's what holds the pencil or whatever medium you're using on it, dependent upon what medium and what type of paper. This is a watercolor paper, so yes, I could do watercolors or watercolor pencils on it. It's a very high quality watercolor paper, but it is well known among colored pencil artists because the result it gives is so smooth. It has the beautiful smooth qualities of a Bristol, but it actually will grab the pigment better than vellum will do. So Bristol is a type of vellum paper. I just realized how unclear I was with that. I'm so sorry. So with this pencil, this Midnight Black, the advantage to it is you can tell the difference. This area, there's very little Midnight Black on here, okay? This has a couple of layers of it on there, along with another Derwent line. The Derwent, let me think. Okay, my brain just said I'm tired from filming all day. Sorry about that. Let me grab it. That'll make it even easier. Okay, because I have a set of Derwent Artist black and white pencils, which is 3 shades of white, 3 shades of black, but these are the Derwent Drawing. And this is an ivory black. This is the blackest pencil I have ever used, and it is such a creamy wax pencil. Oh my god, I just love these. The only problem with the line is there are only 24 colors. So I tend to use wax and oil base together. Okay. Let's see if this will show the example well up on camera. I'm going to use this ivory black real quick, which, like I said, is the darkest black I've ever used. So when you apply that over your other layers of blacks and blues or reds or purples or whatever you've chosen to tint your black with so that it's not completely flat and lifeless, you see, look how much darker that is. That's insane. To me, the difference is just crazy. You go from here to here, it's just, there's a different planet there. But with me, I go through levels of it, okay? Layers of it, where I put on my Polychromos black. Then I'll use some Midnight Black or Nightshade, which is the darkest purple I've ever seen. It's like a very black tinted purple. And then I'll go back and I'll put on more Polychromos, and then I'll do back to the Derwent. And then at some point, eventually, on this piece in particular, I will come in with this. Now then the choice comes in, do I want liquid blenders or not? And that's where it can get confusing for a lot of people. I did use liquid blenders up here in the ear and right here, and then I went over it again with pencil. Here, I'm not sure if I want to. We'll see. Usually what you do in one part of a piece, you stick with. And that's probably what the case will be. But it all depends on my mood, too. What I want to do that day. This drawing is taking forever. And I am really, really sorry. It should have long ago been done and been able to show you guys on the group or, you know, somewhere. But it hasn't been because life has been really kind of trying to break me, I think. But I'm still here, and I'm not giving up yet. Can't promise that's always going to be the case, but, you know, I'll give it the best I've got at the moment. And that's really all I can do. You're hearing crunching, because I had to look. I was like, who is crunching? Snowflake's eating her puppy food. She's being cute. And she's so cute. She and Chrissy eat it. And I think Ladybug does too. One piece at a time. They'll pull out a mouthful. Especially Chrissy. She'll grab a mouthful of food and then she'll come up on the bed. I'm like, really? But that's her. And then they'll eat each individual piece. And the pieces are flavored differently. And each puppy will pick through which one they're going to eat first. And like Chrissy, she'll leave certain pieces. She won't eat them. Luckily, Spirit's kind of a vacuum. So, it works out. He comes through and grabs up all the little pieces that she didn't want. That's Chrissy. She's Chrissy. She's the tiny alpha. I'm not arguing with her. Not about to. For those of you who are new to the channel and don't know who these little souls are, they are the Eskies. That is Art and Diamonds with Eskies. They are what keeps me going. They are what keeps me sane. They are what keeps me alive, truthfully. So, excuse me. So when you hear about Chrissy, or Tiny, that's one baby. She is my oldest. She is my alpha, and she is also the smallest of the Eskies. She's a miniature, and she is adorable. Then there is Ladybug, who is only a little bit bigger than Chrissy. And then comes, next in age, Spirit, my gigantic Eskie. He's huge. Then comes Spooky Doo, who is my only mix. And then comes Snowflake, who I often call Fluffers. She is the youngest. Oh, no, she's the youngest purebred, and Spooky's younger than her. Let me get that right. Ugh. But I got Snowflake last. She was the final baby that I got. So, I'm good. I think 5 is enough. I do not want to replace any of them. I love them. Spooky has finally stopped being quite so bipolar. He's actually become more affectionate this year, I think, because, you know, we're home. So, he likes that. He likes when everybody's home with him. And he can snuggle up with Nick while Nick watches TV. And it irritates Nick sometimes, because Nick is not a touchy-feely kid. He's kind of like my grandma and his big sister. Sarah's my snuggler out of my human children. And so it's kind of funny, because Spooky's at a point where he wants to snuggle and cuddle, and he wants to be touching Nick all the time. Or at least when it's convenient for him, and right now that's a lot. And Nick is like, dude, I need room to breathe. Seriously. But then there's other times where Nick will be petting him because, you know, Spooky came over and wanted to be petted. And then all of a sudden Spooky will nudge him like, let me go, dude. We're done. So, yeah. It's a crazy thing, but it's how they work. Spooky comes to us when he wants love. If you go to Spooky with it, he usually will growl at you, and that's why we call him bipolar. Or you'll be petting him. What really gave him the name of bipolar, the diagnosis, I should say, by Mom, was that he would come to you and want to be petted, and then all of a sudden he'd growl at you for no reason, like, stop. I'm done. Crazy. He's my crazy, though, so it's okay. But yeah, his behavior has been so much better we've actually had a few months again, knock on wood. There have been no fights between the boys, physically. They get into their little verbal arguments, but I can deal with puppy arguments. I can't deal with the puppy fights. So when the argument goes that far, that's not good. But they've been really, really, really consistently good lately. So, whew, thank the Lord. I needed a break, something to give me, a chance to catch my breath. Because life has not really been letting me do that too much. But, yeah, they're doing really well. The grandchildren are doing great. Although I think Danny is so sick of being stuck inside. It's not even funny. But, Mommy can't take him out to play right now because, Mommy's got a newborn who's incredibly vulnerable with the current health crisis. So, nope, we're not doing it. So, my poor Danny is bored out of his mind. He comes over here and he just wants to be in the backyard. And I'm like, baby, it's 110 plus degrees out there. You're not playing out there in the middle of the day. I'm sorry. We're not doing it. Grandmom cannot sit in the heat like that. Grandmom will end up in the hospital or dead if we try that. So I think we'll skip it. So yeah, it's sometimes a struggle with Danny, but that's because Danny has some challenges. And we as a family understand it and we deal with it and we love him, and that's just part of Danny. So, it's okay. I'm altering the curvature of this a bit because I can. Yes, I can erase this for the most part, but I'd really rather not. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what's been going on. A lot of time in the house. I am particularly grounded by my doctor. She's being mean to me for all the right reasons. And so I am being a good patient and listening and doing as I'm told because I don't have a death wish at this point. So, and she's not wanting me to die either. So we're good there. Michelle is doing okay. For those of you who know who she is and have asked about her, she is not in the hospital right now, thank the Lord. She has been through some additional surgeries since we've talked, and she's doing okay. Everything is trying to do what it's supposed to do. Could that change at any second? Yeah, it's Michelle. Her health is super unpredictable, and we never know from one minute to the next if it's time for another surgery. So all I can really tell you is that right now she's okay. The last time I talked to her, which was night before last, I think, because I don't think it was last night. No, it was the night before last. She was getting ready to go to sleep and ice cream was snuggled up with her, and Michelle does not do sleep, so that tells you how worn out her poor body is from trying to heal. And she's got all kinds of zippers and holes, and that's what we call them. All of her surgical areas that are trying to heal, we call them her zippers and her holes. She's been through so much, and yet she inspires my son. She inspires me because she is a fighter. Such a fighter. We came so frighteningly close to losing our friend Chris. Thankfully, he is at home, although I think he's even more limited than normal on what he's allowed to do right now. He he went in for an appendectomy and ended up with this damn virus. And he was on a respirator, and it was scary. Michelle was terrified. You could see it in her eyes because they've been friends since they were very young children. And so, thankfully, although our entire group of knuckleheads is kind of worn out at the moment, we're all still here. We're all still fighting, and that's what matters. Because I know some of you wanted an update on her and, you know, what's going on and what happens with the boys affects her. Because, you know, they've all been together for decades. I feel incredibly blessed that, you know, they are now a part of my family, and I'm lucky enough to be a part of theirs. These are some truly amazing people. Just phenomenal, and they're just awesome to talk with and hang out with and enjoy their company. And when everything is done with all this lockdown and stuff, I hope that they go have a sleepover at Michelle's and get me on video chat and we can all hang out, because I miss everybody. I do. But I do get to talk to Michelle most of the time. She and I both just kind of been worn out lately, so we understand that, and we give each other the space to get some sleep when we can. And it's weird because, you know, I sleep at night and she sleeps during the day. So, and yet in the midst of that, we have our time. And that's the coolest part of it. We find a way. So, but that is pretty much everything, I think, that is, you know, the normal, happy, day-to-day stuff. We gotta see how long this is already. This is going to be a short one because I do still have to film the really serious video and explain everything that my family and I are comfortable with releasing at this point. So it's been a lot. I just am very, very thankful that we still have who we have, and we are still able to be there and love one another, and that we have you guys. You know, a lot of you are extended family for us, and I know my daughter Sarah and myself and my son are all very thankful for that. My oldest daughter she's not as involved in this stuff. She's, you know, she works all the time, and she's been through way more than she should have had to go through this year. But she is safe. She's safe. And she will be okay. It's going to take some time, you know. That's all I can really tell you is it's just about time now. So, on that though, I think I'm going to go and put more detail into here where I'm not working around the camera. It's kind of difficult to draw like that. So, but my thoughts and prayers are with all of you, and I hope that you guys are all healthy and safe and happy and getting lots of diamond painting done, or crocheting, or stitching, or drawing, or painting, or whatever it is that you are currently working on. So, hope you get lots done and are much more productive than I've been recently. I know I'm going to get told by at least one particular person that I've gotten so much done on this. They should have been done already for my timeline of working. But like I said, life happens. So, but I will talk to you all in the next one. And please leave lots of kind comments and opinions worded nicely. And please leave a like. And if you are not already subscribed, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything, because sometimes I'm able to upload often and I don't want you guys to miss out on it, because it's going to get fun again. But on that note, I'm going to let you go. I love all you guys. Please stay safe. Take care of yourselves and your families, and that includes your furry babies. And I will talk to you all later. Bye.